Hi guys, this is Katie with the channel Weather Spazify. Right now I am at a lake watching the sunset and really heavily enjoying it. It is beautiful out here. Taking in some of those light codes. I am laying down on a dock over the water and I am just enjoying this beautiful bliss, and I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you not only the beautiful nature that surrounds me right now, but a channel transmission that came through today in the form of automatic writing, which I have right here on the dock with me. It came out in several pages, so I'm going to just read what I can. I may need to divide this video into multiple segments, but I'm going to read part of it at least. And to really increase the energy flowing through from me to you when you're watching this video, I actually found a beautiful quartz crystal rock on my way to the dock. It is gorgeous. So I've set it right here to really amp up the energies, increase the frequency and vibes of this transmission. And I also have my sacred little shaman bag here with some beautiful pieces, some of my favorites. I've got a piece of orgone or orgonite in the shape of a heart. And this basically has crystals and metals and resin all encased together to transmute any negative energy into positive energy. And it's great for protecting oneself from EMFs from cell phones that are harmful. It makes them more harmonious. I've got a beautiful piece of danburite here from Danbury, Connecticut. Really, really glistens in the sun. And then I've got something very rare. This is a type of meteorite that is called Sintamani stone, and there's only very few in the world, and I found it from an Etsy seller, an independent Etsy seller. She had one, and it's actually partially see-through when you hold it up to the light. I'm not sure if you can see it right now on camera right here at this angle, but it's awesome. And this is actually supposed to represent the divine masculine energies because it's like a darker color. And then I've got a second form of meteorite called moldavite, this green, olive green color. Moldavite is something heavily talked about by Robert Simmons. It's got a lot of cool history and mystery to it. And this is supposed to be representative of the Holy Grail in physical form, because nobody really knows officially where it came from, but it's all over the Czech Republic, and it vibrates on such a high frequency based in love and represents the divine feminine. So those go well together. And then I've got a beautiful apophyllite pyramid here from India. And this is just gorgeous and radiant in the light. So I wanted to share with you what I have here. So this message was a form of automatic writing. This has been going on for about a year, where I am guided to just start writing and just let it flow and not overthink it and just go with it. And some of it's legible and some of it's kind of hard to decode. So bear with me. It's my first time sharing any of these transmissions. I've had several, but I think it's time that I share now, since this seemed to be addressed to everyone in regards to what's going on in October. So it starts off with expanding high to infinite heights and beyond. That is what this October energy is all about. But only take what resonates. We are in a new time, a new era, full of deceit on one side and truth, universal truth, on the other. The decision is yours. Which path you choose? For one is a lack mentality, whilst the other is a mentality of abundance. For there is an infinite supply for all. Anything you want, you shall have, if one adheres to the following simplistic principles. Ask and ye shall receive. Love thyself and forgive thyself, and know thyself fully. Seek and ye shall find. For above all, one must know what one wants first in order to manifest their desires. Want is one thing, yet momentum is another. One must not only want something, but one must be truly determined to back their desires with some form of action, else one risks the outcome of stagnation or being stuck. Getting started is the hardest part, For one must know where it is they want to go, or at least have some form or idea before being fully invested in that journey. Steps, you see. One must take certain steps in life in order to achieve what it is they please. However, these steps must be divinely guided, God's will versus self-will, as some of you like to call it. Although all it truly boils down to is following one's heart, one's true desires, as opposed to blending in with the crowd and sacrificing all of one's true desires in order to feel more at ease whilst living in this 3D physicality. Although difficult to feel as if one is the black sheep, so to speak, one must follow their heart's true desires in order to manifest anything and all things great in this world or life experience of yours, since love is the universal life force source responsible for all of creation. For creationism is a direct result of love, and one cannot have one without the other, whereas destruction is a direct result of a lack of love, which you all know feels very much like a spiritual void, which can be highly unpleasant. Therefore, you see, the solutions to all of life's problems, including the ones you, yourself, receiving this transmission may be experiencing right now, in this very moment, can all be solved simply by going within and seeing that the two main principles that connect us all as one are love, togetherness, and thus a healthy integration of self-love and love of others, in order to connect spiritually and emanate one's true soul essence and or purpose outwardly for others to see, hear, feel, experience, or simply resonate with, to a degree or two. For we are all energy, you see. All energy, which merely means physical nature is just part of the whole experience of living life. There are so many more aspects to life than the physical currency currently in your bank account, for currency is merely a continuous flow of energy streaming through your consciousness daily as a means of exchange in your physical 3D world and or experience. For money is a mere manifestation for how smoothly one is going with the flow of things. For money is made from nature, the paper dollars, that is, and nature naturally or inherently knows, on pure instinct, to simply trust the process and let energy flow through it, through its very essence. Therefore, if you, my friend, are currently experiencing money blocks, reevaluate your personal stance on what money means to you. Then, think of ways in which you can begin to view money as a means of currency or a means of exchange. Are you giving out that which you wish to receive? For one must eventually reach a place of equal give and take in order to properly flow through life in a way that is smooth and in accordance with the universal laws. Law of attraction is just one of these many laws to be understood and experienced in your 3D physicality. The others of utmost importance are the universal law of exchange and or reciprocity, the universal law of cause and effect, the universal law of love attracting all that one wishes to seize in this 3D experience. For love means one is in a state of allowance with complete surrender, and one knows that all forms of energy will follow the path of the least resistance, since a sense of ease is at play, ease of flow that is, when one is in a state of allowance and surrendering to the process at play. One may wish to stay put in certain circumstances or situations that no longer support a continuous influx of energy and a smooth flow of it at that. In these cases, abundance blocks can be experienced for one is creating a dam effect in their current reality. Staying stuck and only letting a fraction of the potential energy to flow through, hence creating resistance and hence blocking oneself off from the infinite supply and influx of all that matters in this experience called life. For life, in order for one to experience life fully, one must give up certain things and move on to bigger and better things in order to not only benefit thyself, but the entire collective. So you see, interconnectedness is a huge part of the puzzle. Each of you is a unique individual with a distinct channel meant to bring forth unique creations. No one else can duplicate, and when one is truly living in accordance with their life purpose, one will flourish, and outwardly so. This will in time, in divine timing that is, begin to nourish the overall collective population in such a way that will eventually bring an easier flow of abundance to all that is to come. For a global reset is essential to this process, and by reset we mean to reset in your thought processes pertaining to money, wealth, love, and abundance, as one cannot have one without the other. In other words, one cannot consistently accumulate an influx of lasting money, that is to stick and stay and remain, without love and play first. That is often why many who win the lottery often find themselves back to where they started. Not before too long, for they found themselves revisiting a lack mentality, therefore attracting more lack and less love. For love is abundant, not lack. Love is all you need, is a pure universal truth, applicable to you all. Regardless of age, race, creed, sexual identity. Indeed, for it feeds you all. Love, that is, feeds the soul, nourishes the body, or your temples, physical vessels, attracting all things great in due time, more specifically divine time. Since divine timing is a process of time, as you know it, based on love, not fear. The main problem with how you all have been living for quite some time now, since Jesus' time, when he helped bring a sense of remembrance forth to all people living in sin, pain, and disarray, he brought a sense of universal, unconditional love to these people. See, love is abundant and connects you to all things great, all that you need, and infinite potentialities. Whereas fear or a lack mentality disconnects you from all things great, thus narrowing your vision, your true potential, and hindering your growth here on earth. Spiritual growth, you see, for spiritually growing, or looking at growth spiritually from a spiritual standpoint, is far more rewarding than physical ego-based growth. For ones with the largest egos tend to have the tiniest embodiment of spiritual faith and light, if any. Whereas those with the largest hearts will begin to see that their inner light is meant to shine outwardly for all to see and to connect with in order to help connect you all as one, spiritually. For you are all already connected, but this interconnectedness can be made very much more aware to your senses, or much more obvious if all on the same wavelength, living from the heart from a place of trust, surrender, and mutual respectful collaboration. Those who say they are in charge will eventually need to take charge of their spiritual growth and or maintenance, or will run the risk of fizzling out and becoming utterly powerless. For we are all now entering the age of Aquarius, in which all must consciously be creating from the heart, or a place of love, or run the risk of many unneeded, unnecessary restraints from the old paradigm, or old way of doing things. Now is your time to create. Be inspired. Let your ideas flow and flourish in all that you do. For going with the flow and joyfully creating and therefore receiving all that is needed to support you is far more pleasant and rewarding than being in a place of resistance, fear, and taking orders from others in order to receive a so-called paycheck to compensate you for your services. Are you fully embodying your unique creative expression of yourself or soul essence in exchange for proper compensation? Or are you withholding your talents and abilities in a place of lack in order to fully dedicate your time, your energy, and your life experiences to someone outside of you on this earth, therefore compensating you in such a way that makes you view money or your current idea of currency as something negative and ill-obtained? In order to continuously attract more influx of abundance of wealth, money, or love, one must put forth those same energies in order to meet the laws of exchange and reciprocity. Give, and thee shall receive. This has many deep-seated truths to it. Carry on, my dear. Carry on, my dear ones, and remember to only take what resonates with you, for the purpose of this transmission is to help you remember who you are and help you take back your power in the most harmonious way possible. Goodbye, good day, and infinite love and light to you all. To all of you receiving this transmission, and to all of you who wish to carry this message forth to others and benefit the collective as a whole. Now is a time for change and a time for love. Let John Lennon's song Imagine guide you in all that you do. Love, dear ones, for love was the frequency in which John recorded his song for you, for all of you. For those of you who are musicians out there, 528 hertz is the most congruent expression of love as energy in mathematical terms, as close as it can come, for it is not the exact match, given that love takes on many forms, but this measurement of love will certainly do what it needs to do to positively impact and lead others to start leading from their hearts more regularly. For heart-centered awareness is key. For heart-centered awareness is key, my dears. Okay, goodbye. For now, as Katie's hand is nearing the end of all it can bear to write at this time, good day, God bless, and infinite love and light to all. Stay in your truths, my dears. Love always, the angelic beings of light from the 9th dimension and higher. All is well. Love one another always. End of transmission. So that is the automatic writing that I received today on October 15th, 2018. I hope that you all heard something that resonated with you or inspired you. I thought the sunset and the flow of water was perfect scenery to go with this transmission. Take a minute to look at the sun and think to yourself what it is you truly desire. Do a few I am affirmations. I am love. I am health. I am wealth. I am beauty. I am divine. I am heart-centered. And I am living a life of purpose. A life of truth. A life of love. And a life of abundance. God bless to you all. Infinite peace, love, and light in the highest vibration. Namaste.